How's it going? It's been a little bit. I've been kind of busy with stuff. Got a whole different setup done. I don't know how long I'll be able to talk tonight or things or play or whatever. But hoping to talk to the guys a little bit tonight. Hopefully I got the audio stuff figured out so that way you guys can hear them as well, so that there won't be any issue of audio. So something I want to talk about tonight. I know it's kind of a really big deal. It's something definitely worth talking about. So a little bit of background on what you're seeing right here in front of you on the screen. Putin issues nuclear doctrine and warning to the West over Ukraine. So basically what I know, there's probably more to be known about it, but the Biden administration had given Ukraine the authority to use long-range missiles to strike Russia. And as a result, they decided, okay, let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and fire those missiles into Ukrainian territory, into Russian territory, sorry. And they did so. Putin has changed the threshold for when they use nuclear weapons. So let's read some of the article here. It's NBC News. Let me put this in the chat. Okay, never mind. Oh, hold on. Let me see here. Hold on. Let me drop this in the chat. Okay, that's how we want to do things. Okay. I'm not 100% tech savvy, so getting some of this set up is a little bit more of a task. Switch account. Here, I'm going to go ahead and put it I'm putting it in the description. So if I click on anything that's pertinent or whatever, I'll go ahead and put it in the description so that way you guys can kind of read it yourself if you want. But we're going to go over this. Russian President Vladimir Putin formally lowered the threshold for his country's use of nuclear weapons Tuesday. Today, days after the U.S. allowed Ukraine to strike inside Russia using American missiles. The Kremlin, which the Kremlin is the kind of like Congress, so maybe not the most accurate connection, but it's kind of like a combination of the White House and the House of Representatives and the Senate. The Kremlin announced that Putin has approved an updated nuclear doctrine, a document that governs how Russia uses its nuclear arsenal, including the declaration that Moscow could unleash a nuclear strike if subject to an attack by a non-nuclear country that is support of a nuclear state. Let me read that last part again. This declaration declares that Moscow could unleash a nuclear strike if subject to an attack by a non-nuclear country that has support by a nuclear country, of a nuclear country, nuclear state. So part of the trick here is this is an update because they fired long-range missiles. Because Ukraine fired long-range missiles that were supplied by the United States, us, to help them with their attack, their whole ordeal. They are telling all of the Western countries, back off. The Russian Defense Ministry said Ukraine has carried out its first strike on Russian territory using U.S.-supplied long-range weapons, hitting a military facility in... I am not even going to be able to pronounce that because it's Russian and I don't speak Russian. Byrensk region with ATACMS missiles. Russian air defense shot down five of these missiles, but fragments of another fell on the technical territory of the military facility in the Byrensk region. I'm saying that wrong and I know it. Forgive me. Causing a fire that was quickly extinguished. There were no casualties or damage, it said in a statement. According to the confirmed data, the deployment of the missiles, of these operational tactical missiles, were American-made, it said. Two U.S. officials later confirmed to NBC News that Ukraine had fired these missiles near the city of Kharkiv, I don't know, in the Byrensk region, across the country's northern border, marking the first use of the U.S.-supplied weapons inside Russia. Although Ukraine has struck targets deep inside Russia already, it has used homemade drones and not Western missiles. With the firepower of this missile, they said. Ukraine's military said that it had hit a military arsenal near that place, Byrensk. It did not specifically what the weapons were used in the attack. Okay, let's read this next part. The changes to Russia's nuclear doctrine mark the most significant saber-rattling yet by the Kremlin, which has consistently warned about possible nuclear war throughout the 1,000 days since its full-scale invasion of Ukraine. The nuclear doctrine update was required to bring the document in line with the current political situation. Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov told the TASS, the TASS state news agency, in comments published early Tuesday. Peskov outlined Moscow's new threat in light of Washington's shift in policy, that the use of Western non-nuclear missiles by Ukraine's military against Russia under the new doctrine could lead to a nuclear response. Still, the use of nuclear weapons would be a last resort measure, he added. A spokesman for the U.S. State Department said Russia's change wasn't surprising. Since the beginning of its war of aggression against Ukraine, it has sought to coerce and intimidate both Ukraine and other countries around the world through irresponsible nuclear rhetoric and behavior, said Matt Miller of the State Department. Despite what Russians say, neither the United States nor NATO pose any threat to Russia. Putin has signaled the update of his country's policy earlier this year as he sought to warn the West against loosening restrictions on Kiev's use of long-range weapons to strike deep inside Russia. Russia also reserved the rise to use I think it means right, whatever. Rise to use weapons even if Belarus was attacked. He said then, and the new doctrine matches that shift. Aggression against the Russian Federation and its allies by non-nuclear countries with support of a nuclear state will be considered a joint attack, it reads. The doctrine also says that the Russian Federation may use nuclear weapons in the event of a critical threat to the sovereignty and territorial integrity of itself and Belarus. A shift from previous language that said it may use nuclear weapons when the very existence of the state is at risk. The changes follow Putin's warning to the U.S. and its NATO allies that any use of their long-range weapons supplied to Ukraine against the Russian territory would mean that NATO and Russia are at war. So you can read the rest of it. There's a little bit more going on. Let's read this last paragraph. We'll just kind of skip over this because it's all just kind of fluff at this point. Putin may see the current situation as a strategic in-between moment, anticipating possible peace initiatives from President-elect Donald Trump, while emphasizing that what he views as the irresponsibility of Biden's policy. Putin may seek to present the West with two stark choices. Do you want nuclear war? You will have it. Or let's end this war on Russia's terms. So this is a bit scary. However, the thing here is that Putin is doing this to tell the United States and NATO, knock it off, go away. You need to stop. Because this is a problem. And I don't blame him for being a bit miffed about this situation. It's a little ridiculous because this has the possibility of escalating things to a point that is extremely unsafe for the United States and our future. Because part of the language that I read there is that, at least if we can trust NBC News, which that's questionable at best. At worst, they're just flat lying, but we'll see. Let's take a quick look here of where, do a quick search of where this is. Let's zoom out. If it'll load. Let's exit the page. Oh, come on. Oh, now Chrome doesn't want to work. So let's try this. here's the deal. Russia is sending a warning to try to tell them to stop. The thing with this is that NATO was initially founded between the United States and a few different European countries to keep the communists at bay, to keep them from overtaking Europe. Because originally, Belarus, Ukraine, Kazakhstan, Turkmenistan, they were all part of the Soviet Union. Poland was part of the Soviet Union for a long period of time. Soviets had complete and total control over where what is it? The concentration camps, the German concentration camps from World War II, they had control over those. So read into that as you will, whatever that might mean, who knows. The thing with this is they controlled a very large portion of Europe. And they took land. They took parts of a small part of Germany. They took Poland. They took Belarus. They took a bunch of different countries. And as a result, the need to protect. Okay, so it wasn't terribly deep inside of Russia. It wasn't like they hit Moscow. That's still a good long ways. It's probably a multi-hour drive. Yeah, Kazakhstan used to be part of the USSR. Kyrgyzstan, I think, was. Uzbekistan was. I think Turkmenistan was. And Tajikistan, I think, was as well. I don't think Afghanistan was, or Pakistan, but there was Uzbekistan and Kyrgyzstan was, for sure. And I think Tajikistan was as well. Ukraine was, Belarus was, Lithuania, Poland was, I think, if I'm not mistaken, Estonia and Latvia were as well. So this is tough. So this is where was hit in this area from Ukraine. Long-range missiles. The USSR took up a very large portion of the world. Russia, Kazakhstan, over down into here. Good chunk of Europe. They engulfed. I mean, Russia is the largest country in the world in terms of land mass. Matched only by what? Canada? China? Something like that. This is very scary, at least to some extent. But anywho, let's get Next Gen on the horn and talk with him. See what he has to say. Good evening, sir. Hello? Oh. My, that was weird. Wait, what's going on here? Oh, that was weird. Some odd reason. Gilded. Being weird. Oh, it's not where I want that. Nope, I don't want that. Nope, I don't want daddy there either. Hello? Hello? What's the problem here? Having a hard time getting into the call here? Hey, there it is.
Good to go. Ready.
Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Hi, there you are.
Hey. Wondering if you were going to join us?
Yeah, I figured I would get on tonight, at least for a little while.
Outstanding.
Was a little stressed out today.
Is it the news or?
Oh yes, because of the news.
Unit ready.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Me and A have already been talking about that.
Well, after kind of looking at things a little bit closer and kind of examining at least what's going on, at least the whole ordeal. Basically, what I'm reading into this is it's Putin telling the U.S. and NATO, you need to back off.
Securing position.
Like, we're dead serious, and we will fire weapons even if even though it's not necessarily a good thing that we do it. We might just do it anyway because this is, you guys are getting way too in on this.
Unfortunately, I think that's kind of playing into the hands of what current establishment wants.
Right. I think that it's partly a goal of theirs to
Speed, low drag.
essentially keep Trump out of office.
Yeah.
So if they can keep...
I was saying to A...
Unit.
I was saying to A that I said, this is what I possibly see happen. They'll keep pushing it. And he said he noticed that the current administration liked it that is Iran.
Right.
Because that's unusual. I'm like, well, it's because Iran's connected to Russia. Pushes things further to aggression.
Right.
And they want war to break out. And if it does, then there are certain laws in the books that say that you don't install a new president when there's a war.
Right.
I said, and then they'll say, but Biden's old, so we're going to have him step down. Welcome to your new president, Kamala Harris.
Right. 25th Amendment stuff.
Uh-huh. I said, now, watch Texas do the secession stuff so fast it'll make your head spin.
No kidding. Because if they end up doing that, it's over. Texas is going to secede. They've had enough.
Yeah. And it'll be, oh, look, you're in a war. Sure you won't bother with a state that's going, we're out.
Yeah.
You know? And I can see Texas going, look, we don't want anything to do with this. You leave us out of it.
We didn't want this. We wanted to elect a certain person, and we wanted Trump, and you're not respecting that. So later.
But we could send our own message to Russia, basically saying, you know what? Have your fight. Just don't hit us.
Right, stay out of our hair.
Right. We'll stay out of yours. Now, what's interesting is they'll be distracted with you while we're trying to leave. They'll be distracted with us while you're having your war. But still.
Right.
Ready.
Yeah.
Unit reporting.
Anyway, we'll see if
Bound
that
forward.
happens or if I'm hoping Putin's smart enough to be like, no, I'm not going to fall for what you're doing.
Well, it seems like it's a pretty obvious play on his part.
Unit reporting.
Putin really doesn't want this war to continue any further than it has been, and so I think it is to his advantage to just kind of play his cards close to the chest, give his nice little warning sign, and just, you know, wait for Trump to get in office, and then he'll address it. Then he'll figure it out. So, because he wants to at least work it out with Trump, because he knows that majority of this is going to end up being that Putin's going to get what he wants. Because at this point, I don't think there's any way to go back on this. What he's taken
Again,
is...
kind of
Am I cutting in and out?
going in and out.
Is that better?
Mm-hmm.
Is that a little bit
Yeah,
better?
actually a little bit.
Okay, it's a pop filter.
Unit reporting.
Yeah.
IV low drag.
Because it's
I think I got my audio thing figured out on my end.
Training. Net ready.
I accidentally blew out a bridge that I did not mean to blow out.
Net ready.
Messes what I have,
I have
in
the
place
tool.
up.
Got the plans right here.
Okay.
Training. Net ready.
Oh, they fixed the bridge. Oh well.
Off. Net ready.
Okay, I'm still gonna.
Yeah,
Unit
so...
repaired?
Net ready.
Funny that you're playing Red Alert 2 at this moment.
Yeah. I know, and like I said in my message, I'm not a clairvoyant. This just kind of happened. So
You know, I mean, this kind of stuff happens all the time, you
needed
know.
to replace this.
Studying blueprints. Ready. On my way. Squared away, sir.
Yeah. The
On my way.
first section of it is Russia attacking America.
Sufficient funds.
Well, that's awkward.
It's like, yeah.
Ready.
Can do.
Training. Net ready.
One mechanic in this game that
Unit
I-
ready.
I always had so much fun with in these city maps is you can actually garrison buildings, so buildings become like these places that take stuff out for you.
Yeah. Hang on a second here.
Unit lost. Unit ready.
Hmm.
Sir. Yes, sir. Double time. Oh.
ready.
Ready.
Okay, I'm back.
Oh, okay. That's what you said. You said something and I was like, what?
The wife is home.
You said BRB, basically?
Yeah, pretty much just be right back. The wife came home.
Yeah, you're cutting in and out real bad. It's kind of,
I wonder if it's something with Gilded.
it's kind of a skip in a way.
Yeah, I mean your audio does it too, and I don't know why.
Huh?
Your audio does it too. I'm not really sure why.
Oh, my audio's doing it as well?
Yeah, not consistently.
Huh. It's our connection, because A and I weren't having this issue, so. It's between you and me, man.
I don't know. I don't get it.
And
How about some action?
internet is interesting.
Yeah, I mean I have fiber, but still.
Yeah. Alright. Let's see if we can go.
Destination, Commander? Weapon ready.
We're gonna mess some stuff up.
Order. Move it out. Move it out. Wait.
Uh-oh. That was weird. My one monitor decided to go boop, nothing for like 3 seconds. Freaked me out.
Up for 3 seconds?
My monitor kicked off for like 3 seconds. I was like, oh no. Yeah, I think I got the audio thing figured out on my live stream here. It was an issue of I didn't have it running the right port or something.
These tanks, man. Keep on blowing out the bridges.
Oh, we got. Oh, great.
Oh, it's A. What's up?
How's it going?
His audio's kind of having some interesting situations, but
I don't know what the deal is because it skips around. When I'm listening to Next Gen, it skips around a whole bunch with his audio, and he's saying that it's happening on his end for me. I don't know. Like, your audio comes in just fine.
Driver up.
Yeah, you can hear it skipping.
have I been skipping?
No, I haven't
Just-
heard you skip yet.
Just me.
Do something else?
Is it just my audio that's
Skip
doing
just
it?
now. No, I heard Nate skip just now.
Oh, mine did now.
Yeah, for a bit.
I don't know why.
Do I skip?
No, yours is
Oh,
coming
you
in
sound
just
good,
fine.
man.
Okay. Weird.
It's interesting because Gandalf, your sound tends to come in nice and smooth. I don't know what the deal is.
I don't know either. It doesn't make any sense to me at all.
There for a while, it was actually doing pretty good, just then, except at the very end.
Standing. Driver up.
Unit promoted.
Commencing assault.
Unit promoted.
Wondering
Go
if
back to push to talk just in case it's messing you guys up.
I try to do push to talk, but I can never get it to work with this mic.
Hmm.
Back to push to talk. Let's see if that improves
Unit reporting. Good to go.
I'm wondering, could it be the internet boost situation?
No, because it was doing this beforehand.
Gandalf? He was doing that beforehand?
Yeah, because it was doing it when I was at when I had the desktop at the other part of the house.
Closing in.
So you could hear that, like on one of your recordings or something?
Yeah, no, I could hear it in my headset.
Engineering.
One of those things where it's like, it seems like nothing can ever be truly smooth.
Studying blue.
Something's gotta go wonky.
Yeah.
That's too bad too, because I want the audio to work for Gandalf. He's one of my main talkers.
I mean, I still hear everything for the most part.
It's gonna be interesting on the recording because it's just coming in. It's the speed at which it's coming in is weird. So
That's
Unit
odd.
reporting. Securing position. Bound forward.
it's like it's holding certain things back and then jumping it forward. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
I mean, it's for me. It's just like with your audio, it's like it just cuts off and then it comes back on, and then it cuts off and then it comes back on. It's not even like delayed. It's just off and on. It's just weird.
Just now you sounded pretty good. There was a little bit, but not much. Maybe a sort of like mine, which is the more you talk, it actually smooths itself.
Possibly.
Oh, it kind of cut off just then.
Yeah.
Securing position.
For all we know, maybe there's some other disruptive situation we don't even know it. It's
Right.
messing with the internet.
Securing position.
The government's probably spying
It's, of course.
on the session of the year.
We're being throttled.
Weapon ready.
Yeah.
Conspiracy of the year.
Plans.
Training.
Unit reporting. Outstanding. Weapon ready.
Unit ready.
Closing in. Need a repair?
Unit promoted.
Yes, sir. Moving.
I heard the dog in the background.
Yeah. My microphone
That
picks
works.
up
Sound like
everything
stuff
pretty
doesn't
well.
work.
That was mine.
Oh, you're smoothing out. Smoothing out.
I won't be late.
I don't know why, but you're smoothing out.
I won't be late.
Maybe they're like, oh shoot, they're onto us.
I won't be late. I won't be late.
That would actually be kind of funny if there's some sort of watchdog something and why it was dragging as they were listening in.
Moving.
Be like, they were talking about Russia and
They must be Russian assets. Who's taking that Russian money
that must be
now?
Russian.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know I can't ever remember her name.
Study.
Emila, I think is her name, which is interesting because it's very close to Kamala. Emila, which used to work for PragerU, but now she kind of does her own thing. She actually ended up with an interesting situation, not the Russia type stuff, but the city file stuff.
Oh yeah.
And
Destination commander. Speed those
she ended up with people coming to a place where she used to live, not where she lives now, looking for her to see if she was being paid off by someone to talk about Diddy. And she's like, what's this all about?
Go ready. Outstanding.
That's weird.
Wait, sir.
Oh,
Forward.
I mean, the whole Diddy stuff is... Yeah, that's something right there.
Wait, sir. Securing. Weapon ready. To go.
it's scene 2.0.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if most of the people on those lists are the same.
Wait, sir. Good to go.
I mean,
I'm good.
considering it's very obvious that it's just a full-blown cover-up.
Well, what?
I mean, it's obvious that it's just a full-blown cover-up
Unit ready.
for
Oh, yeah.
all kinds of stuff. I mean, there's the fact that Diddy's house was literally within physical view of a shipping container site.
Unit ready.
Like, you could look out his window and there was a shipping container yard right by his house. And there was in fact a tunnel that went from his house to Michael Jackson's old house.
What did you say about Michael Jackson in a tunnel?
There was a tunnel that connected Diddy's house to Michael Jackson's house.
What?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Double time.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Maybe all those claims about Michael Jackson weren't unfounded.
Ordered. My way. Ready.
Where can I put these guys?
Garrison about late.
Oh well.
Unit reporting. Fiber up.
Promoted.
Weapon ready.
Alright, give me a bit. I'm gonna go say hi to the wife for a little bit. She got home just a bit ago, and she'd probably like me to say hello to her.
Okay.
Destination, Commander?
Really, it's too bad that his audio is having such an issue.
Yeah.
It's too bad that it sounds like my audio is having similar.
Commencing assault.
Yeah, both are strange. And that was happening when I was gone still, right?
Hold on, I can't hear over the guns.
Was it doing that when I was when I came back, or was when I was gone?
It was doing that while you were gone.
Okay. That's not my sound doing it then. Okay.
Weapon ready.
But I don't know if it was doing on. This tank right here is kind of like a one-man army.
Down forward. Good to go. Good to go. Good to go.
Training. Unit ready. Training. Unit ready.
Engineering, analyzing schematics. Yes, sir. Commencing assault.
Ooh, excuse me. Well, that was odd. Sorry it took me so long. I'm back.
Hey.
Oh, nice.
Yes,
So far you sound smooth, so maybe things have changed.
doubt it.
Don't hold your breath, huh?
Press X for doubt.
Seriously, no, you sound better though.
I don't know why.
These are mysteries of the interwebs.
Yeah.
It's the wife superpower.
Wife superpower? This is home, and that's why.
Yeah. Possibly.
On my way.
Structure garrison.
Double time. Got it.
Structure garrison.
It's so much fun to garrison something right next to your enemy's base.
Training. Unit ready.
And the trick is to like goad their enemies, your enemies, into like coming
Unit
into
ready.
this like death area.
Wait, what in the world? Well, that was weird. That's strange. There we go. Oh, it's working now. That was strange. I don't know why, but my computer's been super duper glitchy. But anyway, been watching. I've seen a few videos as it relates to Gragas. They've been kind of interesting. People saying it's overpowered, he's broken. Like, okay, sure, whatever. Doubt it, but you know. Never underestimate an iron player and his ability to ruin things. You know, just like you don't never underestimate Joe Biden's ability to mess things up really bad. Oh my. Ooh, that hurt. Oh. Just Irelia things, you know, just a triple kill. Just Irelia getting a triple kill. You know. Just no, you know, normal stuff. There they are. I was gonna say, where are my Poro friends? I don't know what the deal is. Gilded just kind of dropped off on me, which is weird. Nice. Let's see, I've not really played a lot of this, but you know, we'll see what happens. Oh, 60%? That's a pretty good amount. 80% to 120%, that's a lot. Oh, nice steal. Nice. Yeah, should have. Oh. Wait, undo. Not that one. Should have started building this one first, but whatever. Luden's Companion gives me a nice big boost in the damage. That was great. Got him nice and low. Show up, get 2 kills, you know. I mean, not really worth it, but, you know, it's funny anyway. So yeah, so the whole issue of the World War III topic, man, I'll tell you what, World War III is, oh boy, it's something that seems very plausible at this moment. Well, with NATO's been encroaching on the Russian territory, encroaching it on Russia for a long time. NATO was never supposed to have as many nations involved in it as it does currently, and it's not good. It's very, very bad that it's gotten as many nations involved in it as it has. And Putin has said, you know, if the Western countries would just pull out all their weapons and everything that they're doing out of Ukraine, I would take that as good faith, and I would de-escalate everything. I would be okay with de-escalating. But the deep state wants to keep pushing more and more and more to have, I don't know, because there's a whole thing about, well, if we're in war, then we can't install a new president, and, you know, the 25th Amendment, they run the 25th Amendment on Joe Biden, and then, well, then Kamala Harris is president anyway. Then we'll have 4 years of Kamala Harris and her inability to actually do anything of any positivity or sense. But yeah, World War III would end up being nuclear, most likely, which is really not good. Oh, speaking of World War III, there's a Chinese player on our team. Yeah, China would definitely be involved because of all the BRICS nations. It would be really, 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 really bad. It'd be so bad for us. Because it'd be fighting a war on too many fronts. We have a very, very powerful military. We would have millions of casualties on our side. But a full-scale land invasion would be very, very, very hard for any country to pull off, because the ability for other nations to actually effectively invade on land is so low. Man, I do... Okay. Okay, Gragas does do a lot of damage. Man, he does do actually a lot of damage. Okay, why is it that they picked someone who sounds just like Jack Black to be the announcer for this mode? Because it literally sounds so awful. I legitimately do not understand. Come on, get the Penta. Come on. Get that brand Penta. Penta. That's right. That's right. Come on, I want another kill. Aw. Ooh. Man, that was low. Huh, my video quality is not quite as nice as it should be. Alright, let's get up there. I'm probably not going to have my death cap before the game's over, but that's okay. Oh, that sucked. Oof. Man. A penta and a quadra in the same game. Man, this brand is on fire. Literally and figuratively speaking. I have no idea what I'm going to make my last item. Man, that does a lot of damage. Man, that does so much damage. Oh, wow. That was no fun. Oof, we might lose. Yeah, we might actually lose. I think Irelia and Yasuo are just playing for fun. At least Irelia is. Irelia is doing way too well for her to just be. Okay, I'm doing better than I think, at least in terms of KDA. Darn. That's a GG. That's a GG. Alright. Well. I'm gonna end up saying a good night to the guys real quick. Because for some odd reason, weird. Guild does not let me pull it up. But anyway, it's been a good night, I think. Sorry it took me so long to come back. I had a big, huge gap of silence in there. But pray that whoever watches this is blessed at least a little bit. Just know that no matter what happens, God's in control. And even if nuclear weapons come flying over and hit us over here in the States, then, you know, at least we'll know God's still there. He knows what's coming. He's not surprised by anything. And he'll take care of it no matter what. So, may the Lord bless you and keep you and make his face to shine upon you